Sourkidsproductions.
What's going on, folks? Welcome into another episode of The Final Drive here at Sour Kids Productions. It is Alec, as always, with some new face, familiar, newish. They're here. Tony, Makai, always great to have the boys here. And you two in particular, it's been a hot minute. So before we dive into everything, guys, just want to know real quick, how we doing?
I've been doing pretty good right now.
Yeah?
Yep.
Everything's good. College football's back, and now NFL. We're in the precedent of it. So,
And the Cowboys are going to be good this year, right, Makai?
Cardinals are going to be good.
Oh. Cardinals, Panthers, Eagles.
Anybody else but the Cowboys.
Anybody that has an OU player?
Basically.
Okay.
What about CD? Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, as long as CD gets his 1,200, 12 tuds, we're straight.
A Pro Bowl.
I'm going to say 16 touchdowns and then add another 100 yards to yours. That's what he's going to do this season.
I do think he will be. He will be.
He's going to be a stud this year.
I think he will be very
Let him
nice.
hear.
I think he will be nice for the Cowboys. Now, will the rest of the Cowboys be nice? That is a
Absolutely,
whole
of
different
course.
question. And we're diving into that right now, boys. We're going to cut right into the thick of it. We've not been here last week, so obviously a lot happened last week with Tyron Smith. Basically, a freak injury where his hamstring tore off the bone. And I mean, the guy has not played 16 games since 2015. Obviously, the plan was this year they drafted Tyler Smith from Tulsa to play left guard and kind of be groomed into that left tackle role eventually. But now that it's just sped up the process a whole lot faster. He spent all the offseason playing left guard, in the preseason playing left guard, obviously. So the Cowboys do bring in former Eagles, longtime tackle Jason Peters. He played with the Bears last year. Obviously, you know, if they really needed him to start, he could, or at the very least, he provides a great experience, mentorship to Tyler Smith, and also the rest of that young offensive line, because the Saints show, well, not even your daddies, because this is like 4 years ago. This ain't even our high school selves Cowboys offensive line anymore. Talk about, Ron Leary, Travis Frederick, Doug Free, you know, Lyle Collins is gone now. So it's a whole different offensive line. Obviously, a reason for concern, do you think, guys, or do you really trust the Cowboys offense to get it rolling without, like, does Tyron Smith drop the win total for you this year?
I think if they didn't address it with Jason Peters, it would have been. But, I really do like the signing. I know we're not going to have him probably week 1, 2, and possibly 3, but, him, like you said, that veteran presence alone is a lot. That it can go a long way. And it's better to have experience than inexperience. And I think Tyron Smith is we pointed out that he hasn't played a full season since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Since 2014, I have not seen that Tyron Smith ever again. He's never played to that capacity ever since. So I think he is a starter in the league, but I think Peters is too. So it's one of those, I don't think it's a massive drop off, or I think it's just a good placeholder, especially
right,
for these younger guys like you mentioned.
Yeah, Mikhail, what do you think?
I mean, obviously, the situation sucks. Obviously, Tyron works his ass off every offseason to give himself a chance to play as many games. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. I mean, when you play in the trenches, your body's going to get banged up. Freak things happen. I mean, earlier this offseason, we had Mekhi Becton, the kneecap. I mean, that was just kind of the Jets being stupid, but nevertheless, freak things happen. I don't know. I'm confident in Tyler Smith. I mean, obviously, he hasn't been preparing for an NFL game at tackle up to this point, or up until the injury. But, I mean, you got to think. The kid's played it 4 years at Tulsa, started all 4 years.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty confident what he can do. I love his attitude. I love the fact he embraces being a Cowboy. I love he's from the area. I mean, I love that he'll throw your ass around. I like the kid. So, I mean, obviously having Jason Peters in the room, he'll be that good veteran present in his ear If he does mess up, put Jason out there and let him just lead by example. But I think Tyler Smith's the answer.
Yeah, and I think another thing to add on to that is, Tyler Smith coming out, as you mentioned before, he started out of Tulsa. He had not played guard since, I want to say, high school, I believe.
Yeah.
Played tackle at Tulsa, and now started his NFL experience at guard. Now back to tackle. The lineup now would be what? Tyler Smith, Connor McGovern, Biotish, Zach Martin, Terrence Steele, right? So let me ask you guys this then: rank the 5 linemen in order of who you trust most to least.
I think number one's pretty. I think you know who number one is.
Zach Martin.
2.
Who's the second lineman you trust the most on that line right now?
Damn.
Terrence Steele.
Terrence Steele. You think he proved enough? He proved enough to you last year?
I mean, that was the reason Lyle lost his job. Like, if we're gonna look back, did terrible his rookie year. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
But man, did he step up when Lyle was out? Like, that was a big talking point during the offseason was Lyle's injured. You're going back to Terrence Steele, the guy that I can't remember which game just got bullied. Well, but basically that whole season. So, and he ended up being very serviceable. Like, hell, he caught a touchdown. I'm not gonna actually embrace that, but no, he was very serviceable, and it was to that point where we can either pay Lyle Collins, who's starting, a starting tackle in the league, or we can just stick with this younger guy who was also just a starter in the league. So
on a rookie deal too, I might add.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So I didn't mind the move. I was like, Terrence Steele has proved himself, and I like what I saw.
Okay.
And I only think he can only get better.
Right. Okay.
I'm gonna go Biotish at 2.
Biotish at 2. Okay.
I think obviously him and McGovern have had their growing pains because just the physicality of the trenches, and they both came from really offensive lineman friendly schemes where it's zone blocking, so you're just kind of reaching to the gap to your left or to your right most of the time and getting a good angle block on guys, which is easier way to go about blocking, one eye 3 techniques and things like that. So obviously the strength's not there, but I think he worked hard. I think he wants to be the next Travis Frederick for us. So I think he's going to put his best foot forward, and I think he can be our second best offensive lineman.
Okay, so it was a 3.
I really don't I'm going to throw Tyler Smith there.
Okay.
Personally, for the 3.
Okay.
I'll take Tyler Smith over Biotish.
Okay.
Especially at the left guard position. Now, if he's tackled, then I'd go Biotish. But
Okay.
Biotish is definitely. I don't know.
I mean, you mean McGovern at guard?
Well, I was saying I'd rather have Tyler Smith at guard.
Oh, okay.
If I'm going to be honest, I'd rather have
Okay.
Tyler Smith than McGovern.
Oh, yeah. We all would.
He's just our good fullback. He's just a good fullback.
I mean, to catch up with you two, I'll go Martin 1. I might put McGovern at 2, and it's just because from what we've seen throughout camp, McGovern has shown versatility. Playing left guard, playing right guard. He played center in the last preseason game against the Chargers. And I think, that versatility is going to be key, especially in the interior where you guys do get nicked up, banged up a lot. To have a guy you can move around from guard to center to the other side of guard is important. If anything, when Tyler or Tyron does come back, you have your 6th lineman you can put in their block, and it's a guy who has experience in the NFL to be your blocker or to be your fullback, is the way the Cowboys used them last year. So I think that's important. That's important to me. And I think at 3, I think Tyler Smith would be there just because it's kind of the neutral spot for a rookie. You don't know what he's going to do yet. So he'd be 3. So
and
4.
I liked what I saw out of him in preseason.
He looked good.
And what pissed me off was the game against I think it was Denver. He was just getting getting penalties nonstop, and every time I was looking at it, it was just
everyone was getting penalties in that game.
It was every Cowboy.
Oh, I'm still saying everything.
Ridiculous. They were so rinky dink. I was just like, really? I was like,
right.
Whatever. I was just like, I'd rather them groom him into that, that way. But there was just so many. I was like, that's a holding. It was just a lot of ticky tacky bullshit.
I feel that.
I mean, I think that just has to do with a lot of people just don't understand what really holding is. It's
Mhm.
holding is whenever your hands get outside of
The pads or the
from armpit to armpit. When it gets outside of that, that's holding.
Mhm.
Just because I'm whooping your ass and you suddenly throw an arm out, you wave your arm as the running back runs by, doesn't mean I'm holding you.
or if you try and fall down.
Yeah, you try to fall down and ooh, like, and then I got the kind of a small little jersey tug and they throw a flag. That's not holding.
Right, like whenever I played O-line, we were always taught get your like hands into their like shoulder pads into that like
And grab
almost
the
armpit
pads.
area, and you're just
Mhm.
gonna stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of
Yeah. So you still have Terrence Steele, McGovern, and Tony has Biotish and McGovern. So where do you put these two guys?
Terrence still last. Put McGovern above him.
You do not like Terrence Steele,
I
do you?
don't. I don't like finesse tackles. I need maulers. These two he just does enough to make the play decent.
Also, I mean, with your right tackle, it does help having Zach Martin on your side.
Oh,
So
that's all you need over there.
it helps take pressure off Terrence Steele.
Mm-hmm.
Having a guy like Zach Martin, who Hall of Fame guard, one of the best guards I think in this decade of football that we've seen. So
I'll take him over Quentin Nelson.
McGovern, facts,
Especially as of late. Quentin Nelson's been banged up.
yeah. So you go McGovern, Steele,
Yeah.
and Tony, what do you go?
I'll probably
Biotish
go,
and McGovern.
I'll go McGovern then Biotish.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Just because that center position is pivotal, and I just not quite comfortable, and that's very.
He struggled last year. There's no question about it. He did struggle last year. I think I would go McGovern Steele, and it's only because I saw a report because people were clamoring, why don't you just move Zach Martin to left tackle and be done with it and move McGovern to right guard? And the problem was the Cowboys don't feel comfortable enough leaving Terrence Steele by himself with McGovern, who is obviously not an all caliber guard like Zach Martin is.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you more. I mean, he's your right tackle, and I mean usually that is, your I don't want to say least important tackle, but
Well, the left
the side,
blind side,
yeah,
is
blind
your,
side, yeah. So
But like I think, to his defense,
and he has gotten much better.
exactly. It's
From
like,
what
you're
from what we've
developing a
seen.
player. Why would you take him out of the developmental stage? Like
Right.
he's still developing. This is going to be his third year. I mean, why change that?
Yeah,
I think that would be my thought process. But if it's truly uncomfortability, then it is kind of a raise some red flag. But I think it's more like developmental. He already knows what he's doing. You have these younger guys that still like don't quite know what's gonna happen in the NFL. So
he ain't no Chaz Green, right?
Don't bring that damn name up. What's he doing? Working at the damn auto body shop now? Jeez.
he got someone a whole ass contract.
2 contract. Adrian Claiborne. He went to New England and then
There's another-
Cleveland, I want to say.
Just the fact he
think so,
got
yeah.
paid that offseason
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
And he was a
that
bust.
awesome.
Adrian Claiborne was a bust by the
that
Bucks.
dude stinks.
Chaz Green got him. He almost tied the Derek Thomas sack record in a game. Crazy.
Good God.
Don't know how you let that happen. But last thing with Tyron Smith, guys, I'm gonna throw it to you. I mean, obviously he's been around for a long time. Do you think this maybe is the last year of Tyron Smith? Do you think?
I was shocked he came back. I'm gonna be honest. So I'm neutral about Tyron Smith every year. I'm like, he could retire at any given moment. And I'd be like, I get it. Or
Yeah.
he could still play, and I'd be like, I get it. Like But I think I'm leaning towards he's gonna retire after the season. It's been too much. He's been playing the league for 11 years now. 10...
You got drafted in 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 11, 12 years in the league. So
What do you think, Kyle?
I think he still has a lot of good football ahead of him if he does want to keep playing. But I would completely understand if he does want to call it a career. Like, obviously, getting hurt, it's no fun because then you got rehab. Especially with his injuries, like you're basically like reteaching yourself every offseason, like how to get in your stance.
It's all his back and his lower body.
Like things that are very pivotal when it comes to protecting the blind side of a quarterback, especially a quarterback you just paid $40 million for.
Not even that, but just like to live your everyday life.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want him as a Cowboy until the wheels fall off, personally, just because I love Tyron Smith.
mhm.
But I would understand if he retired. I would 100% respect it.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like, man, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt about that.
Oh, first ballot. 100%.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer when it's said and done. Do I think that time is now? I lean towards yes. I think.
And I think it's also because like, it's really hard, like, because I think he is first ballot worthy, but like it's gonna be hard to overlook these last few years of Tyron and be like, well, he did have this, you know.
Yeah.
So if he like plays out the rest of the season, he plays at a good level, I could see him being first ballot. But I don't want him playing any longer because I don't want him to like ruin that little reputation he has of being just such a threat,
Right.
you know.
I mean, because really for the 2010s, it was him and Joe Thomas
Easily.
who were
I would have taken Tyron every time.
over among the best left tackles in football. So I think if Joe Thomas were to get in, I think you obviously could say the very same about Tyron Smith. And I think I lean more towards. I think this is probably the last we'll see of Tyron Smith in the uniform. I think. Even if he does come back, I do think the Cowboys need to seriously figure out what the plan is going to be next season for Tyron Smith, even if he wants to come back and play. Because I don't think you just cannot rely on him, especially coming off a late injury as this is for him.
Yeah.
So I think it's more of the end than the beginning of Tyron Smith's career. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Regardless, he's going to go down as one of the best, most dominant left tackles in this era of football for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I say in history, but not like
I
I
have
would
to
say
ponder
top
ponder
five,
that, but I mean, yeah.
Top 10.
Yeah, I can't see why not.
I mean, you got to think. I mean, he changed the way you looked at like offensive linemen and like, 'cause, you know, before him, you think of offensive lineman, you think of a real just fat guy with a big gut,
Yep.
big wide, like big feet.
Cowboys old left tackles,
Yeah.
they're old linemen.
Yeah, what, Matt Colombo or whatever.
Yeah.
That was the old
Mark
guy.
Colombo.
Yeah, Mark Colombo.
Nate Newton.
Yeah, I mean, just big maulers. Just guys
Eric
built like
Williams.
bowling balls. Like this guy. You look at Tyron Smith. That guy looks like a tight end.
He's ripped.
But I mean, you're not running through his ass. Tell you that much. So no matter what, I think Tyron Smith's the first ballot. He changed the game for left tackles with them vice grips.
Mm-hmm. And especially because it was getting in a league where DNs were getting faster and faster, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And he was like you said, the first to like become that hybrid of being like, when I run block, I'm gonna run through you, and if you're gonna try to pass protect me, I'm gonna throw you on the ground. You know, he
Yep.
did both of those
Yeah, for sure.
at a high level.
Yep. So now with the season quickly approaching here, let's have a little fun. Talk about some overrated and underrated teams heading into this season. Who wants to kick? You'll start with overrated or underrated first?
Let's do overrated.
Overrated. Oh my guy's coming for that smoke.
I already know he's gonna say something. Shit. I already know.
All right, who wants to start? I think Makai, do you have a team? Do you have a team? Are you ready to blurt out?
Yeah. I'm gonna say the damn Detroit Lions, man. Just because
Why?
when we did our original playoff pick for this year, you threw them in the playoffs
As a wild card.
Yes.
You said the Bears.
Yes.
Tony, look me in the eye and tell me, out of the two, which path is more realistic?
They're very like almost even, but I'm gonna root for the Lions. I'm gonna be honest, but like, I haven't seen enough out of Justin Fields.
And he's got nothing around him, which is not his fault. He got drafted into a horrible team.
Like, I'm gonna take Amon-Ra St. Brown over Darnell Mooney, if I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Whoa. That's saying something. Whoa.
I'm just saying what they have done recently that I've seen better out of St. Brown than Mooney.
Because he has a better quarterback.
I think that has the more to say with like the receiver room at the time last year was really bad for the Lions. So it's like, who you gonna throw to? You gonna throw to Almiron? You gonna throw to Quentin Cephas?
Yeah, they didn't have nobody last year. Okay,
Exactly.
so the Lions, so you were overrated.
Yes.
Because of Hard Knocks and the people were kind of rallying around the Lions to, do something. or is this strictly in spite of me?
No, I mean, I'm rooting for the Lions. Like, I want them to be good, but I don't want people to understand. Like, you got to understand, there's levels and, levels in this progression of, like, going from a piss poor bottom 5 NFL team to all of a sudden, creeping into the playoffs. Like, there's levels to this, and they have not yet reached that. And the biggest thing is quarterback. If you have transcendent elite level or guys that can aspire to be elite level quarterbacks in this league, they can override the lack of talent around them. But if you have talent around you, but no quarterback, you will struggle, no matter how much you try to hide him. Because it'll come a point where you ask him to go win a game and he can't do it because he's not good enough. And that's who Jared Goff is.
I've never said he is not that. I agree with you about that.
But still, like all these what ifs you throw out about them about like what if DJ Chark stay healthy, if what's his face Swift can stay healthy,
Hawkinson.
offensive line that's better at pass blocking than run blocking, so they naturally have to throw more. Defensive question marks with new defensive coordinator, but really like
Well, second year, but okay, yeah.
You're asking Jeff Okudah to play better, and he was terrible when he was healthy.
And okay, go on.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to downplay what
You're trying to tear down America's sweetheart right now. Look at you.
I admire you for being optimistic, but I just want people to know there's levels to this, and you got to trust the process. Like, just suck this year and get a good quarterback, and then Jared Goff can go go be a surfer the rest of his life. I don't know, whatever he wants to, whatever he aspires.
I don't know what he aspires to. So the Lions, that's it for you.
Yeah,
That's the only team. Nobody else.
That and the Dolphins.
I get the Dolphins one. I get it.
You get it?
Yeah.
Is it because of Tua?
It's that pass to we saw with Tua just airing it out to Cheetah. Cheetah had to come back for the ball, if we're gonna be honest.
And the mechanics on the throw were terrible. Like his hips were going to the right, and he launched the ball up the field to the left.
Yeah. So
who the hell throws a football like that?
I don't think the Dolphins are gonna be bad by any means. I think they're just. I could see where he would mention them being overhyped. Just because you got Tyreek doesn't mean it's okay. You had Jalen Waddle last year. What happened? I think Jalen Waddle's a great receiver, but just because you had a playmaker, you got to still develop a quarterback.
Okay.
Jalen Waddle was kind of severely overrated as well. He was the only reason why he ever put up those numbers because he was force fed. He had 101 catches
for 10 yards. He averaged 10 yards.
Yeah,
a
he
catch.
would only. Yeah.
That's a bunch of bubble screens, y'all. Come on now.
He was good for fantasy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Good for fantasy.
He was not bad in fantasy. I was like, hey.
I think for me, an overrated team, I'm gonna go with the Titans.
Wow, you took mine.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So are we on the same reason then? What's your reasoning for the Titans?
I don't like. Tannehill is gonna go to throwing from AJ Brown and Julio Jones to, who did they draft this year?
Traylon Burks.
Traylon Burks, who I think he's gonna be a fine receiver. But you're asking what's his name? Why did I just blank on his name? I just said it.
Traylon Burks.
Tannehill. To groom this into a star receiver. That's a very above average quarterback and a possible superstar. You kind of want to get a above average quarterback at least, I think a great example is someone that's above average is Kirk Cousins. Slightly above. I don't think he's great or anything good, but it helps for Justin Jefferson's sake, and I just don't feel 100% confident with Derrick Henry's injury. I think it was a minor one, but it was just it's one of those ones that it's gonna linger. I feel it's gonna stay there, and it's just gonna be
the carriers are gonna keep coming.
Exactly,
yeah.
He's gonna still be a workhorse. It's just even more wear and tear in his running style. So they're not a pass happy offense, and I think Mike Vrabel's a great coach. I think they're gonna still win games and possibly make playoffs, but it's just I don't think I would be super excited about this season. How people talk about the Cowboys is how I would actually talk about the Titans.
And I feel another point with the Titans is that simply also they lost Harold Landry, their star passer, to a ACL tear.
That sucks too. He was gonna have a good year.
Yeah, he had a great year last year. And also with the Titans, it simply comes down to the fact that everyone in the AFC got better. And what did you do? You trade away AJ Brown.
They are very I said, they are very much so how people view the Cowboys is how I view the Titans.
Yeah,
they didn't
fair.
really do much. They didn't make a big
splash. And the difference would be in the NFC with the Cowboys. The NFC got weaker.
Mm-hmm.
To whereas in the AFC, everybody got better, it looked like. And now I just don't know if the Titans can do enough to compete.
But like what helps them, like I said, was Mike Vrabel as the coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
I think
And
they can be like they're gonna win games, and I feel like they could, like I said, could sneak into playoffs just because of that alone. But
yeah. And we'll see. It's very interesting you brought up Derrick Henry for that reason because, I mean, that dude was getting carries after carries after carries last year. And I mean, he's a guy who is, what, 20?
He's 28.
28.
29 this year.
Really?
Yeah.
And the tires, I feel like the tires and the wheels on him are probably that of like a 33-year-old running back already.
Mm-hmm. And it's just because he has like a hard running style. And
Yeah.
it's like it happens to most running backs. You
And
know?
and he's a running back should not be built like Derrick Henry.
Right.
As tall as he is, as big as he is, as strong as he is.
Hey, as soon as he starts like losing a step, put him at tight end. Screw it.
Hey,
With those hands? Oh, hell no.
he was working on them hands. He was working with Jed Duffy last year.
Stick to running the damn ball, bro.
So with the Titans, I think the Titans
he's not a great PPR running back, honestly.
Hell
no. But he will get his carries nonetheless. Now, how long will he be good for? That will be something we'll see. I'm trying to think of anybody else I feel like is overrated. Do you have anybody else?
I just wanted to add that y'all hit it on the head with the Titans, but I do think I was just throwing out a little macabre prediction here. Mike Vrabel's getting fired this year, middle of the season.
Oh, really?
You think so?
The Titans will struggle to start the year. He'll get fired because of his dumb takes on Malik Willis. They will start Malik Willis over Ryan Tannehill, and they'll have a little run towards the end of the year.
To where you can build on Malik Willis next year?
Yes.
It's a very realistic one. I don't know.
They have to be pretty bad, though, I feel like.
But I do think Malik Willis is going to be very special.
I think for the Titans, they have to be like, you're talking about halfway through the season, like week 8, week 9. Because they need to be like out of it at that point. I feel like I'm talking no wins if any, like 1 or 2 wins max.
I think the biggest thing is why I say it is because I just think Mike Vrabel is overrated in the fact of like people thinks he like since he played at a decently okay level
and won a lot.
Won a lot. They think that he's like this great top 7 NFL coach, but I think he's more of a Dan Campbell like. Where he can rally the troops, he gives a passionate speech, or like just the way he carries himself.
And relates to the players.
Yeah, and has less to do with like actually knowing X and O's and football well. He just does a whole lot of like. What really pissed me off was this the first preseason game, and he took Malik out, and he was just like, well, he wasn't throwing the ball where we wanted him to, and then they put in Logan Woodside and threw back-to-back interceptions, and they lost the game. Granted, it's the preseason, so it doesn't really matter, but it's just like, that's a really dumb observation for a guy who was electrifying the crowd, moving the chains consistently. Like, if the throw's not there, then he's going to pull it down, he's going to make a play because he's a playmaker, and he's always been that. You can't wrangle in a playmaker, because why would you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Make plays.
That's like if, Harbaugh, like, try to create Lamar whenever he first got him.
And Jesus, that would be terrible.
We would have never gotten MVP Lamar.
Yeah.
Facts. Another team I'll throw out there. I don't know if they're necessarily overrated, but the Patriots.
I was.
I don't know. I don't know why people seem to think the Pats are going to be in the playoff mix this year, and I just don't. I don't think they are.
Division wise, they're going to be like.
They'll be the third team in that division. I'll put Miami and Buffalo over them.
I could see Buffalo, but like
I'll put Miami over them.
New England is, and this is where like what I think helps them. Those in division games. Now, I know he struggled against Buffalo last year, but I just think that's a team that could take down a powerhouse team just because they're well coached. Mac Jones is going to come into year 2. I think he did enough year 1 to where I'm excited to see what he can do this year. So I think I wouldn't say I get what you're saying because I was thinking about it.
Because people are penciling them in as a playoff team, and
there's too many good teams.
I don't think they're a playoff team.
What's the division with the Chiefs?
All 4 of those teams can make the playoffs.
Exactly.
Hypothetically,
like literally every single team has upgraded in such a they brought in a mega star.
And you look at the AFC North, you could potentially have 3 teams in that division make the playoffs.
Exactly. So
everyone except Cleveland, but yeah. I mean.
I would say Pittsburgh maybe.
They could be a walk. If Mitch plays well, they could be a wild
You
card
know
team.
what? I'll say because of Tomlin.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the thing with New England is the defense will be good, but my question is going to be, can Mac Jones? Like, and Mac Jones showed me.
He's going to have to take a step.
He showed me some things last year to where, like, okay, that they got that pick right with Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to be a question of, can Belichick continue to develop Mac? And now without Josh McDaniels, I might add.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Who, that was Brady's guy who helped, get the starter from Mac Jones. But now it's a question of, can Mac Jones take that next step? And, I mean, if we're going to be honest here, if you look at the recent Patriot draft history, they don't hit.
Nope.
They don't hit a whole lot on things.
Nope.
They don't. Like, as great as, I kind of question now, maybe instead of 50-50 Brady and Belichick, is it maybe 60-40 Brady and Belichick? As far as to what they accomplished all those years. But I just don't see the Patriots being a good team this year. Offensively in particular. I think they'll be a good defensive team, but I don't think offensively, I don't think they're going to be a good team.
It's just rough because it's just like the pieces they do bring in offensively.
They're questionable. They're like...
Yeah, the scheme fit, like the way they it's just, and then the play calling. I don't think it was all that great with Josh McDaniels. That's another thing. I think Josh McDaniels is severely overrated as a
That's
play
fair.
caller and coach in general. So I think, throw it out there. I think the Raiders are gonna stink.
Do you think the Raiders are overrated?
A combination of bringing a lackluster coach.
I was. That's another one. Like, same thing with the Patriots, where I was like looking at it and I was like.
Also, you hate Derek Carr, so I'm just assume.
I don't think he stinks, and I don't think he's going to be an issue. I think it's going to be,
everything else.
You brought in talent, and like I think coaching was another good point. It's like, is this gonna like? I feel like everybody was like, oh, they were old teammates. It's gonna click like that. It's like, just because Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase can do that doesn't mean everybody can do that, And these are two young players that just got done playing with it. Like, they've been playing the league for years. Like, going from Aaron Rodgers to Derek Carr is still a step down. I'm sorry. Like, Derek Carr, I like Derek Carr. But I'm gonna be a man that says, Aaron Rodgers is still on the field. Aaron Rodgers is especially when he's on Percocet,
Okay, so you think the Raiders? Okay.
I mean, I think it's a combination of, like, for one, I think Derek Carr is severely overrated.
I don't trust the defense.
Yeah, defense is bad. I mean, secondary is question marks besides Nate Hobbs, and then Trevon Moehrig. But Moehrig wasn't even all that impressive in his rookie year, really. It was kind of I mean, obviously you got Max, and then you got Chandler Jones you brought in free agency. It's like there's pieces there, but I think that this roster's in such like a state of transition with like how they've gotten rid of those old picks from the old regime, and they're trying to make a new with the picks they did have, and they didn't have a lot because they gave up a lot to get what they have now. So I think that offensive line's bad. Like, I just don't see a world where this team, like Javonte Thanks goes out there and just dominates just because they got the best receiver in the NFL.
That's fair. And I think another point out onto the Raiders, Darren Waller's been pretty much MIA all offseason.
And he's kind of up there in age.
Yeah, and I think, by trading away Kenyon Drake right before, or I'm sorry, they cut him and he got signed. But I don't know if I really trust Josh Jacobs to be a feature every down back because, I mean, who was it? Amir Abdullah behind him?
And they went out of their way to get Amir Abdullah.
Yeah, so I just...
That's a very telling sign. Like, it's very like we don't... It seems like there's a pattern not with the coaching but with him because I was like, okay, maybe it was just Chucky being stupid, like not knowing what he had at running back. But it's like, now it's like, oh, he's got to have some limitations then. Like, he can't be... There's a few levels that he cannot, like, pop off with, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think passing is going to be a big one because, like, Amir Abdullah is only a pass catcher. And that's why they signed him is because what he did last season. So...
Right.
It's telling that they got rid of, like, I would say got rid of Drake, but it's telling, like, how they feel about Jacobs now.
Right. So it's going to be... Okay, so Lions, Raiders, Titans. Do you have anybody else?
Not
any
really.
Any NFC teams besides the Lions?
The Saints. I'm just kidding.
Tony, how do you feel about the Packers with no Devontae Adams?
Oh, see, that's the thing. I think they're gonna be bad, and I think
Yeah.
everybody's like, and that's the thing. I don't like. I think like both of y'all like have a solid argument that they can make playoffs because I think that Packers are gonna stink. I think Matt LaFleur is gonna like what he feels about Vrabel. I think of Matt LaFleur.
I feel the same way about
He's
Matt
like
LaFleur.
a guy. He's like for the players, but like
Well, no, I feel like LaFleur is lucky he has Aaron Rodgers.
right.
Like, if I take out Aaron Rodgers, is Matt LaFleur all that as a head coach? I don't
think
know. I don't think so, to be honest.
so.
But go on.
But yeah, it's like I think they like Minnesota could easily take that division if Kirk Cousins could like play competent, and that's literally the only thing, you know.
That's a big ask.
Yeah, it is.
It's
It
a big
really
ask.
is.
It's a big
But
ask in
luckily
prime
they
time.
have Dalvin Cook, who's a monster, Justin Jefferson, who's just a stud, but their defense is like,
Not good.
yeah, it's just I don't know what it is. Like it's like you shouldn't be this bad,
It's
but you
aging.
shouldn't be great either. Like you should be very average.
It's aging is what it is.
The Patrick Peterson move, it was just like
I never understood when he left Arizona. I just assumed he was going to go to a contender and try and get a ring, and he went to Minnesota, and I was just like,
he wanted playtime, I guess, but it's
Yeah,
just like
playtime.
well, yeah.
it doesn't make sense. Like it was just it's so weird. It was like ass backwards to me.
Like, just stay in Arizona.
Yeah, like
But
in Minnesota's like, and it's mainly I'm like, why'd you go after him? Like, what made you like we need Patrick Peterson? Like, they're like I don't know. You're just better off drafting or like, you know, taking shots with other
Yeah,
guys.
they haven't been too good at drafting corners either.
nope.
Besides Cameron Dantzler, I like the way he's coming along.
But, so Green Bay for you is overrated?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I could put them.
Okay, and then I got, what, Tennessee and the Pats?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Underrated. Who do we have?
I think I had a team for a second. Let me look down at the list again.
I have a team, but I'm going to let Tony go first to make sure I don't check his team again. Because I got a team in mind.
I'm probably gonna go with the Panthers. Was that yours?
That's what I was going to say. I was
Yeah.
going to say the Panthers.
Because,
but it's a good choice.
I think they did make the right move with getting Baker.
Yeah.
Like, I like he's DJ Moore's production looks so much better. Robbie Anderson's production looks a lot better. You know what? And I'm not saying he is a massive upgrade. Well, Darnold's pretty bad.
He's an upgrade.
Like I was gonna say, like he's a massive upgrade, but not in the sense of he's an elite quarterback.
To what
It's
they
like-
had.
Yeah, it's just they're finally having a QB1. They finally have QB1, and like if they can keep him healthy and like take their time and making sure he heals, they'll be a good team. You know, like you still got McCaffrey, and I think that's another thing is that you're taking the load off of McCaffrey. Like you don't have to rush him back from injury because that's what caused him to get re-injured. You know,
Right.
Like, he just like would take like a few weeks, and it's like, dude, this is like 6 weeks, and you're already back. But I think that defense
They have
should have
some.
been good last year.
They have
Well,
some.
it was
Good,
good.
They have some good pieces.
They have
good
some
young
complete
pieces.
It was just that offense was so bad, and like if you don't have an efficient offense, your defense is going to look bad
Mhm.
because it's exhausted. It's been on the field all game, you know.
Yep.
So I expect that offense to be a lot better just because of Baker.
Yeah, and I think for DJ Moore in particular, he's almost like the exact same as Terry McLaurin, to where the quarterback was never there. And I mean, when DJ Moore got to Carolina, that was a Cam Newton past his prime.
Mm-hmm.
And you could argue Baker Mayfield is probably the best quarterback he's going to play with so far throughout his time in Carolina.
His tenure in Carolina, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, defensively, look, you got Brian Burns, you have Jeremy Chin, you have J.C. Horn coming back off the injury last year.
Do you still have Gilmore?
No, he went to Indy.
That's right.
But you have some nice young pieces defensively to work with. And, I mean, if Carolina can go on a run here, hey, so be it.
And I think what helps them out is that, like, I wouldn't say that division is weak, but you have a team like Atlanta that's still trying to figure out their footing. New Orleans that has just gotten Winston off injury, so, we're going to see it. And same thing with Michael Thomas, and then the Kamara situation. And, like, I think Kamara, I'm starting to get worried that this could be a year where we could see an injury that could make him miss significant time just because he is like we talked about with Derrick Henry, and McCaffrey is that these are players that they're just getting fed the ball because they are well deserving of it, but it's so much wear and tear, and especially with a running back like Kamara that's very, wouldn't say small, but like he is on the smaller side, you know. So just him getting the ball constantly is gonna like I feel like cause a lot more injuries. And then Tampa Bay with their O line, and I don't know if I'm 100% sold on them this season. Like, I think they'll be good. They're my front runners to win the division, but I think for teams like Carolina and New Orleans that are like kind of itching for that, like
I could see
playoff
them
spot,
leap
they
over
can-
Tampa.
yeah,
I could see them leap over Tampa.
exactly.
Okay.
I mean, you
Who's underrated?
know what I think about the Panthers. Usually.
Well, who's your underrated team then?
Fuck, I'm gonna just say the Cardinals. Fuck it. People this whole offseason been bashing Kyler. He doesn't watch film. Blah blah blah. Call of Duty messes up his stats. At the end of the day, he keeps defensive coordinators up at night. At the end of the day, and, like I think Aaron Rodgers went on a podcast. Like it was kind of somewhat after the whole Kyler thing with the film study and his contract came out, and he says like he doesn't stay up until 2:00 in the morning watching film. It's overkill. Like after you've watched film for so many years, you've seen it all. At the end of the day, you just kind of refresh yourself here or there, like what a defense does. It's not that big of a deal. Kyler Murray, he's going to win MVP. Cardinals are going to run the damn table, win the Super Bowl. There you go.
Is that what you think? Okay.
Honestly, thoroughly.
Okay. And you think with the hype around Trey Lance and then with the Rams coming off the Super Bowl, we think people are overlooking the Cardinals?
I think the Niners are going to be fine. I don't see them having another magical run just because, I mean, the way they play is just so neck and neck with people. It's just like we're just enough offensively and we're just enough defensively to like edge you out. And we pray you have a bad day to win a game. It's a vicarious way to live when you like have so much talent around you. And then I don't like the Rams, to be honest. So
I can get behind that. I'm not liking the Rams. I think for me, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh as my underrated squad this year. I think with Mitch leaving Chicago, going 1 year in Buffalo to sit behind Josh Allen and the ball and kind of get a refresher course and playing starting quarterback in the NFL. 'Cause I think, to be fair, I don't think in Chicago he never really got that.
He never developed.
He never developed properly in Chicago
And
with Matt Nagy and
like that's Justin Fields.
it's a horrible organization to draft quarterbacks. Like if you get drafted there, you're not going to develop in Chicago. So I think by going to Pittsburgh, going with Mike Tomlin, and it's a veteran offensive staff that knows what they're doing. You know, they've had big Roethlisberger there for so long. Deontay Johnson got his deal this offseason. You go out and draft George Pickens, and we know if Pickens,
I think he's going to be.
if Pickens could just stay clean,
just don't beat anybody's ass, okay?
just don't beat anybody up, and just focus on
Get him up
football.
on the field,
Then George Pickens
Get
could
on
be
the
a
scoreboard.
he could be a star, and Najee year 2 is gonna take that next step. I think Fairmouth is a very underrated tight end. I think.
Yeah, very good.
Very nice. And hey, at the end of the day, Mike Tomlin has not had a losing season yet, so I don't think it's gonna continue again. I think I could see this team staying competitive enough to where they're in contention for a playoff spot. I don't think they will, but I think they'll be in it long enough.
You still got TJ Watt.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Pittsburgh. I think Mitch is gonna be a lot better this year than people expect him to be.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna be better than Mason Rudolph.
And I mean, it's probably the best offensive core that he's better than anything he had in Chicago.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now that you bring that up, yeah.
Yeah. So offensive line's a little questionable still, but Steelers will be in the mix.
If like you said, if Roethlisberger could still get some work done, I think Rudolph will be fine. Or not Rudolph.
I mean, and we talked with the Patriots. Like going into this year, I think I have more confidence in Mike Tomlin to get the Steelers where they need to be versus Belichick and the Patriots, based on recent track record.
Yeah.
So I think I'm excited to see what Pittsburgh does this year. Anybody else stick out to you guys or not really?
I think everybody else is rated where they need to be. I mean, it's just. I mean, I think the NFL is really open, honestly, this year. I mean, anybody could really make that jump and go on that Bengals run, really.
Right.
So.
I think a team that I'm like excited. Like I wouldn't say I'm like is underrated or overrated. I just think that I look forward to watching is the Texans.
And interesting. Okay.
It's a very young team.
Interesting.
And it's like they really have nothing to lose. So it's like I want to see what the hell they do. Like I want to see them with the Rams mentality, but I think they have. I honestly like their talent. Like, what's his name? Mills at quarterback.
Davis Mills was the best quarterback last season from as far as rookies go.
People
And
don't
probably
like,
had
people like, and everybody was like, "Who do they have at quarterback?" I'm like, "What?"
Davis Mills.
I was
That
like-
was your dude. You told us after the draft last year, Davis Mills is going to be the quarterback, the best quarterback in this class.
Yeah, I'll give him credit because like, how the hell is Brandon Cook still like cooking people up? Like, how is he like still getting stats? And I was like, he's not that great. It's got a good quarterback, you know.
It's always
They
a
have
quarterback.
Nico Collins. And then they have who do they just draft?
Pierce.
Pierce,
A running back?
Yeah, I like him. They look. I wouldn't say like they're gonna be a great team. Like I said, I just think I like the moves they made this offseason. I'm like interested to see them being implemented. You know,
And I
see
think-
them take a step forward.
And one thing I'll add on the Texans, the 2 draft picks that I loved, Derek Stingley for 1 in the first round, and them going around and getting Jalen Petrie from Baylor in the second round.
Yeah.
Jalen Petrie, I think, is going to be one of the best all-around defensive backs when it's all said and done next year, going into this year, or after this year. And the 2 great waiver claims they made, Tyler Johnson, who got cut from the Bucks, and then O.J. Howard, who was cut from the Bills. He signed with them, but I think those 2 great pieces to add to that offense. And Davis Mills, you like it or not, he was the best rookie quarterback statistically last year.
Quarterback is because like I think one of the biggest things was they didn't try to like do anything. They'd like just said air it out, like play quarterback.
play ball.
And he played quarterback. Like you know, I don't know. I feel like teams were like very like let's protect this guy, not worry about his confidence. They said, hey, we all suck here. Come on, just have fun, you know? I genuinely feel, and he was just airing it out.
Deshaun's
like,
sitting out this year, man. Just go let her rip.
Just have fun, man. We're all having fun this season. Obviously, Deshaun's having fun. We should all have fun.
You did not just say that.
It's crazy.
I mean, and, you know, and I'm also happy to see Lovie Smith back in the NFL as a head coach. Because that was a guy I thought should not have gotten fired from Chicago when he did. But I'm glad to see him back in the NFL coaching. So, yeah, I mean, Texans, they're not going to be doing anything. They won't be in the playoffs. You know, they'll probably win 5-6 games, but they'll be fun to watch. I'll be rooting for the Texans. So now let's talk about NFL awards. Let's get these predictions locked in right now. We'll see come February, not before the Super Bowl when they announce all the winners and whatnot. We'll see how accurate we are on this. MVP. Who do you think the NFL MVP is going to be at the end of the year?
Dak Prescott.
The day that happens is the day I buy a Dak Prescott jersey.
Shit, y'all heard it here.
I'll buy that damn thing and burn it too. Same damn day.
Whoa.
Get the receipt too. Hell no. I mean, I like it that you're going on a whim though. Like not going with like a clear like, you know, you're taking the underdog, and I appreciate that. I acknowledge that.
I was going to take a clear cut.
Who you gonna say?
Josh Allen.
Jesus.
It's going to be Josh Allen, I think.
You think so?
With
I
that,
think so.
with that pass completion percentage,
Maybe Josh Allen.
he's fun to watch, but not that fun to watch.
It's Josh Allen.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you, this Thursday I'm not watching that Bills game. I don't care. I don't care for either team, to be honest.
Who did the Bills play?
The Rams.
It's still going to be fun. I'm going to watch it.
I'm going to watch it. It's football.
Yeah.
It's back. That's all I need. Who's your MVP then?
Kyler.
I could have guessed that. I really could have.
He was on pace last year. Just got hurt. Wrong time.
Well, and D-Hop got hurt.
I mean,
I think Cliff couldn't coach the second half of the season.
he's never been able to.
Nope. No, he could not. So you're riding with Dak, huh?
No, I'm thinking about mine.
You gonna
I was just doing it for shits and giggles.
Okay. So who do you think is MVP then?
That's what I'm still thinking. Because I don't want to, like, I don't know.
Don't be basic like me. Pat Mahomes.
No, because I don't think like Pat's gonna be fine. Like I don't have any issues with him. It's just I feel like it's gonna be someone different, but I just don't know who.
Joe Burrow.
That's a possibility, actually.
Has he even practiced yet?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, from his appendicitis.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think he has yet.
Mm.
Matt
Oh,
Ryan.
You said Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
He's gonna have a fine season.
And you can pick a non-quarterback to an MVP, Tony?
I want to, but I don't think there's gonna be anyone because I don't think Cooper Kupp is gonna do that shit again.
No.
I don't think he's gonna sniff that ever again. Actually. Damn, Allen's like definitely like one of those that could do it, and the NFL loves him, so I think he.
Josh
I mean,
Allen.
Brady being ranked number 1 in the top 100 players was kind of ludicrous. So I mean,
I thought so too.
Oh my gosh!
what?
Come on now.
That's the number 1 though.
He's number
He's
one.
the GOAT. He's the
Number
GOAT.
But he was
one.
he the GOAT last season? No.
He played pretty damn good
He
for a
played
40,
fine.
42
Yeah, he
year
played
old.
great for a 45, but he wasn't the best player in the league. That's the whole thing was who is the number 1 player in the league?
Should have
I
been
don't-
Josh Allen.
It shouldn't have been Josh Allen. There's still so many holes in his game as far as
But he had a better year than Tom Brady, did he not? And they both lost in the playoffs, so don't tell me that the playoffs matter, because at the end of the year, Josh Allen had an MVP caliber year last year.
I mean, if you ask me today, like to build a team to win a Super Bowl tomorrow, I'm taking Tom Brady, and there's no other answer to that question.
Oh, damn, I would. I don't think it's me, bro.
I don't trust Josh Allen when it comes to like yeah, he obviously has all the arm talent in the world. I still don't trust him to hit like a precise pass clutch situation. I haven't seen it yet. I know you're gonna say the Chiefs game, but those guys were wide the hell open because the Chiefs secondary is absolute toaster strudel. It does not count.
How do you? Well, hold on. I want to know, how does a toaster strudel compare to the NFL?
I was gonna say it like say something profane, but try to keep it clean.
Yeah.
I just randomly
how does a
concocted
toaster strudel compare? Enlighten me on that.
I'm just saying, like you toast a toaster strudel. So like that's
You mean
that secondary is toast.
Okay.
It's a cooler way than
I
just saying
was like,
toast.
I got what he was
I
saying.
get-
I was
okay.
like, I see what he was like going for it.
I was thinking of like icing the strudel and cutting it up.
Jesus.
I just didn't know what I was thinking.
Thinking too deep.
Cooking,
You're
yeah.
analyzing.
I
too
was
much.
thinking
Cook
too
it,
deep.
man.
I was thinking too deep. Okay, so who's your MVP, Tony?
Damn, I'm still like, I was thinking that whole time. too.
Aaron Donald. Actually, no, not Aaron Donald. T.J. Watt.
No, I think he's overrated.
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah. It's
No,
gonna be Zeke.
no, that was the wrong answer.
He's gonna get over 3 yards a carry this season.
It's Tyron Smith, actually.
He averaged 4.5 last year. Zeke was really good last year, besides being hurt.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying.
But people want to push this narrative that he sucks all of a sudden.
I don't think he sucks. I just think he's not the back he once was.
He has lost a step, but he's still that guy at the end of the damn day, and he's still better than Tony Pollard. You can draft another. Honest to God, trade Tony Pollard this year. You can draft another Tony Pollard. You can find that pretty easy. Scat backs in college pop off every year. You can find a Michael Carter. You can't. There's not always a Zeke Elliott that has that unique combination of being able to catch it out of the backfield, run the ball for 2,000 yards, and pass block.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Allen. I
Josh
really
Allen?
I really
Okay.
tried to find like I just think that's who it's gonna be.
It's always a quarterback award.
Yeah, I was trying to like go outside the box. I was just like, I
See?
think it's gonna be him.
But now this is fun for you. Offensive player of the year. Who is it? Now it could be not a quarterback.
It's not gonna be Derrick Henry.
Offensive player of the year. I'll go with Justin Jefferson.
You think he's gonna pop off this year?
Nothing will pop off. Will that equate in wins and all that stuff? I don't know.
Doubtful.
Not sure about that, but I think
last year.
Jefferson will have a phenomenal year this year.
I'm gonna go with. I could no, couldn't say that one.
Wait, Jonathan Taylor was offensive player of the year last year, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
Because McCaffrey's gonna get like comeback player, and he's not gonna even have that like great of a season. He's just gonna be like, oh look, McCaffrey ran for a 30-yard touchdown. He's back. Man, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a running back because I feel like offensive play, like this is really obtainable for running backs. Damn.
Just pick the receiver.
Fuck a CD.
No, that's not what I meant by pick a receiver. I didn't mean
I like
pick
that
any
one.
receiver.
I like that one.
I picked the right receiver.
Okay, what about you?
Better
Tony?
one out of the draft class.
Yep.
Jalen Reagor?
Oh, definitely.
Hey, Jalen Reagor is gonna prove some people wrong, bro.
I think he'll be a lot better, but I don't.
I think as what is he, the 3rd or the 4th receiver on that team?
He should be the slot.
Yeah, I think
he was used improperly as with the Eagles.
I think Minnesota will do good for him, but yeah. So you're going CD? That's your lock? Homer. I'm gonna go with Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson.
We throw it to you now, Tony.
And I might like
Pick a quarterback.
Freaking, you said quarterback? Screw it, Russell Wilson.
Really?
I can see that. I can see him upgrading that offense.
Okay.
That
Let's ride.
Huh?
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride. Okay.
Broncos Nation, let's ride.
That offensive line scares me a little too much.
I just think he's had that experience of like running around.
Bad offensive lines.
Right. He's already. It's like, oh, I know.
I'm built for this. Seattle taught me this already.
I will say a good little like sneaker pick for this. Lamar Jackson, contract year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
People are counting him.
I was thinking about him for MVP.
Also a running
But I
back.
just I don't think he's
Okay. We got to stop this narrative because so many people say that, and then they go on Twitter and just say he's a running back. He should get paid like a running back. Lamar, bro, I don't care what what people have to say about the system around him and what they have to do for him to be able to play quarterback. Dude's electrifying.
For sure.
Again, he's another one of those quarterbacks that like defensive coordinators the night before a game are like getting no sleep. They're restless in bed, sweating because their job's on the line because he's about to toast them for 300 through the air and run for $150.
Yeah,
like he's that guy, and he's being disrespected by the Baltimore Ravens, which is crazy because this could happen. He could end up going home, Florida. Trade to his ass.
Oh, okay.
Size little sign and trade esque NBA kind of thing. He's home.
You're really reaching there, aren't you?
Him and Reek together.
You're really reaching there, aren't you?
I can see it happening.
Okay.
Thoroughly. Now, if I'm the Ravens, would I take 2 in that deal? No, he can stay there. Just give me the picks.
Just give me the picks.
You could be a backup now.
So Jefferson, Wilson, CD. Okay. Defensive player of the year.
Micah Parsons.
Hey, I like that pick.
I think are we all in agreement? It's gonna be Micah Parsons.
I like that.
No, I got to do something different. I can't just.
Fair point.
Fair
I
point.
got to keep the theme of Oklahoma. You know what?
Oh god.
I'm gonna go Obo Onkaronkwo, Texans defensive end.
Defensive player of the year.
Fuck it, why not?
So this team has to be somewhat decent because he's got to be making plays.
Yeah, there has to be some wins acquitted to this.
I mean, does it have to though?
I mean, with Micah Parsons, that wins came because of him. You know.
Look at the Colts last year. Jonathan Taylor won games for the Colts.
Who was the defensive player of the year last year? Was that
TJ? TJ won them games last year.
They didn't make the playoffs though.
I'm in agreement. I thought Micah should have gotten it over TJ. TJ and he's not even the best linebacker in the league. He's not. He's not a linebacker. He's an end. Why are we treating him like he's a linebacker? He's not.
According to the Cowboys, he wasn't.
Yeah, I'm still.
Couldn't put
I'm not gonna say they should have drafted him, but he ain't a linebacker.
That hand could go on the ground. The Cowboys said, "Nah, we can't do that."
We don't got to talk about that draft, bro. Jesus Christ.
Nah, he's not a linebacker.
So Micah for you.
Yeah.
Micah for me. You're really gonna lock that in, aren't you?
Obo Onkaronkwo. Yes.
That's crazy.
Okay.
I gotta stick with the theme. Why not?
Comeback player of the year.
Kyler Murray.
Oh, I know Baker. Baker's
Oh
with
yeah,
more.
no, honestly, he could.
Baker's with their more
honestly,
adversity.
That would be not a bad one.
He's gone through a lot of adversity. He'll be Baker for you.
I gotta stay with Oklahoma.
Yeah,
It's either him or Sterling Shepard.
Oh fuck no! I'm sorry. Like I'm
Not
sorry,
the-
like that.
The Giants'
I
third
think
receiver.
he's a fine receiver.
Whoa.
You got
he
Daniel Jones.
is receiver 1. Fuck the rest of those guys on that roster.
Kadarius. You don't think Kadarius Toney?
No. But Sterling's that guy. Just can't stay healthy.
I think that's part of it, but my main thing is not Mac Jones. Freaking Daniel Jones.
Oh, I'm fucking around. I'm literally just fucking around. No,
He would have been the number 1 in New Orleans last year.
I do want somebody to trade for him though. I think he's
Yeah.
better than what people think. I know.
think was he on his last year?
Yeah, this is last year of his contract.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think I like to see him in Kansas City on a good team.
Mm,
Come on.
his game isn't.
He'll
he's,
find
he's,
a way.
he's a great route runner. Has great hands.
Exactly. They'll
But-
use him in Kansas City.
I think Juju's gonna find his way to be the slot going forward for them because he's amazing out of the slot, and I think he wants to stay there as long as he does good this year.
If you're not a great
No.
number 1, you're better. Like you're just might as well be a great slot receiver.
I mean, not everybody can do that though. Juju just has like this unique like the size because he's like 6'1", 6'2". He's like 200 something pounds, so like he's hard to tackle, and he's like subtly elusive, which is weird. He just has this weird. He's a weird like
He
complex
is,
of
yeah.
like being a big outside receiver and being small enough to play the slot.
Right.
But yeah, mine's definitely Baker.
So yours is Baker for
Yes.
comeback.
Yeah.
Tony.
I was saying McCaffrey. I'll probably stick with McCaffrey. Like it's not who I want, but I think again it's gonna who I see it.
I mean, it's a great pick. I mean, he has all the chips in front of him. So.
Exactly. Like I think he'll. Like I said, he's not gonna. I think he might get 1,000 yards, but he'll barely break 1,000 if he gets it.
Okay.
I think if anything, he'll have like a good touchdown total, and that'll be like, oh, yeah, he's that dude this year. It's like, okay.
I will go with. I'm gonna go with Jameis as my comeback player of the year.
What the?
Let him have his homer pick.
You know that was funny. I saw the NFL like they posted McCaffrey. Who else was it? They wasn't Lamar. They had like a graphic. It was McCaffrey, someone else, and then Jameis. I was like, how did you go from this player and this player to Jameis?
No, I think if the Saints make the playoffs and make some noise, I think Jameis could easily be comeback player of the year.
It depends if he like. Okay, this is my thing. If he's been comeback player of the year, he's got to do like more than he did last year. A lot more than he did last year in terms of like
Well,
playmaking ability.
he'll have his playmakers back.
Exactly. So I was like, if he can
Well,
do
you could.
that,
I mean, you could even argue Mike Thomas for comeback player of the year too.
I don't think Mike Thomas is. I think Winston's gonna look good because of Olave. I don't know about Michael Thomas. This is just a personal thing with Michael Thomas. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get the same Michael Thomas. That's just my opinion.
I don't think we will, but I think Mike Thomas can still be a top 15 receiver in this league.
I got to see it first.
I think that's realistic. 15.
I think
I
15.
can put him in that. Like
Now, if he comes back to old Michael Thomas, then he's back in that top 7, 8 conversation.
I'll put him in top 10.
But he's 15 for now. No, Jameis. I think last year Jameis proved enough that he can win with the Saints, and then last year obviously tore the ACL. They go out, you get Mike Thomas healthy. They sign Jarvis Landry. They draft Olave. They draft Penning to replace Teron Armstead. The defense is still legit. So if the Saints can make the playoffs and make some noise on top of it, then I think Jameis is a shoo-in for comeback. That's comeback play of the year written all over it.
Just two thoughts. Penning's out till early November, right? Something like that.
I think he'd get
Yes.
And so what? You're moving Ramczyk to left, right?
No, we have James Hurst playing left tackle.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, that's not happening. Then.
hurt.
Jesus Christ!
He just
Move Ryan Ramczyk, big ass over there. You're paying him well anyway. Move his ass to left tackle.
We have
damn it.
James Hurst. He's a solid veteran. He's not bad. He's not great, but he's not terrible.
That's what we said about whenever we got Ty Nijinski last year. We're like, hey, this is Tyron Smith's backup plan. We saw how that worked. His fat ass.
James Hurst and Hurst played last year when Armstead was out, and
It wasn't good.
he performed good. He performed solid.
He beat what you thought he could do. That was the thing. The expectations were low, so the bar was set low. So him just playing decent was like okay.
And I expect the same thing from James Hurst. Just play decent left tackle. We'll be
You
all
might
right.
get a Terrence Steele on your hands if you're lucky.
Hey. So what's your other point?
I mean, at the end of the day, Jameis has the perfect situation to be comeback player of the year, but I don't think he'll have the stats to get it. I think there's other guys in the league that'll have better stats, but are in worse situations to get the award.
You know what? I'm gonna change my comeback player of the year. I'm gonna throw out an odd one. James Robinson.
That is an odd one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way he's gonna be splitting carries.
The Jags gonna be.
Well, the thing is, like, all the reporters are still saying this is James Robinson is not like ETN is a great run. That he's not the number one. How we talk about Zeke and Pollard is how they address Robinson and ETN. Like they think ETN is gonna be whatever
ETN, yeah.
ETN. He's gonna he is a great piece to have, but he's not your every down back like Robinson is. And I think Robinson has still got it, especially because they didn't freaking what's his name bench him a lot.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah. So
It's kind
I
of
think
a blockhead.
I think he took his time with his rest. I think he's gonna be a sneaky good one for that one.
Interesting.
That's a sleeper pick, but I think the way they want to run that offense with how you're going to be running the ball out of shotgun a lot.
They want it to be ETN.
I think they want it to be ETN, so I think they're going to push for it more to be him. And I don't think and you have more long-term control over ETN than you do James. You got to pay James soon, right?
Mm-hmm. I think a year.
He has 2 more years left.
Yeah, so
this year, 1 more year. So next season.
I could see he's going to play, but I do see these carries being 50-50, if not leaning more to one guy than the other.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it's been a good. I do like the dark horse though. I respect that. He could do it. He could do it.
So Robinson, Winston, Baker. So no CMC, as it should be, because he will miss games again.
Hey, rooting for his health though.
Yeah.
CMC when he's healthy, that's a guy. But gotta stay healthy, man. Drink your milk.
Kind of like Saquon to me.
Oh.
Saquon tried to stay healthy, and then the offensive line gets his ass.
Yeah.
He just gave up. He gave up.
I really want Saquon to be on a good team.
He'll be a Chief next year.
I would like that. I think. Did I mention that?
You did say that.
Yeah.
Last year. I think last year
thing.
you said that. Yeah. So what, coach of the year, MVP, offensive, defensive. Oh yeah, then rookies. So coach of the year.
Coach of the year. You gotta have the best record. Who could DC having the best record? Nah, I can't do that. I'd roll over my damn grave on the day I die. Say that.
But who is it?
I was gonna say Nick.
Oh, Sirianni.
Sirianni. I was gonna say just because I think the Eagles are gonna be really good.
Ooh.
I don't think he's that great of a coach. I think that's what's gonna hold him back from coach of the year.
He's an Italian schmuck.
I was Philly. I think Philly is a great team on paper. I don't know if coaching is gonna get them there. They're gonna do some dumb shit I don't know. I can see them benching Hurts for some stupid shit. He's gonna throw back-to-back picks for some shit, and they're gonna be like, yeah, let's put in Minshew and see what happens. He don't even play there, does he? Yeah, he still plays there.
Dang, who do I want to go with? Because like I said, they gotta have wins. They gotta be very well, within the playoff race.
Tomlin.
Tomlin, okay.
I think the Steelers are gonna do just enough to make playoffs. It's not gonna be a great record, but it's gonna be pretty good.
Okay.
And they're gonna be like, damn, this. They're gonna see a lot of the young guns. You're gonna see Pickens. You're gonna see a resurgence of Mitch Trubisky. They're gonna be like, wow, he did that with that. Then that's what's gonna be the narrative to get him there.
Okay.
I like you saying that, but I've never, when I think about Coach of the Year, I've never seen that be a narrative for a guy winning Coach of the Year. They talk about it leading up to the award, but I've never seen
they never win it
because of it.
Yeah,
it's always well, they won 12 games, so hey, that's the guy.
I mean, Garrett won it twice.
Yeah,
that says a lot about this damn award, what it's worth.
I'm gonna go with a new coach this year. I'll go with Hackett from Denver.
Okay.
I'll go with Nathaniel Hackett.
Team with potential. I mean, uber potential to be the best team in the NFL, or it could be middling.
Yeah.
Big room for error there. But I mean, I like it.
I'll go with Hackett. We'll go with the newcomer.
Damn it.
What about Cincy's?
Zach Taylor.
Oh Jesus.
You mean Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow is.
I mean, we were just talking about Jason Garrett, so.
It's
if he can win it twice, damn it, Zach Taylor can get one.
I guess Zach Taylor can win it once.
Give me Harbaugh.
Okay.
I like that. That's a good one.
I think Michigan's gonna be real good this year. That's a good pick.
That quarterback situation.
So Harbaugh, Hackett, and what are you gonna McCarthy?
I said Tomlin.
Oh, you said Tomlin. I'm
Yeah.
tripping. Okay. Offensive rookie of the year.
I want to say this one name so bad, but I've backlashed the guy in front of him, but he's getting paid too much. Fuck, I'm gonna say Sam Howell. Fuck it,
Who?
Sam Howell.
Sam.
I'm gonna say Sam Howell. We're gonna see him by week 4.
So you're really banking on Wentz getting benched, and then Howell just
getting
lights it
hurt.
up. Oh, he's gonna get hurt.
He's gonna try to make a throw to his left. He's gonna pull his damn hip. GG.
See,
Get out of the way, old man.
I would, if anything, if that's gonna happen, it's gonna be because Wentz sucks, and that's gonna be like week 7 or 8, and they'll be like, yeah, we can't do this anymore.
He's gonna light the league up from there. I wanted to say Malik, but
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you're going the quarterback route.
yeah.
Okay. I know who I'm gonna say.
Who is it?
It's kind of rough because a lot of the rookies are kind of banged up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I even need to say?
Going Olave?
I'm gonna go Olave.
I was thinking Pickens, honestly.
Ooh,
Go with Tomlin.
It's a good pick.
Mr.
Like-
Shiesty?
I just like Pickens, dude. That he
Mr.
just looks so good. He looked like he is such.
Hey, that was the thing with George Pickens. If George Pickens could just stay out of the shenanigans, he could have easily.
He'll do just enough. You know.
But if he if he puts on that mask,
He always got the damn thing on. It'd be 95 degrees on. His ass got that shiesty on, bro. It don't make no sense. He is a menace to society. He must be stopped, damn it.
And that's what defensive coordinators are gonna say every damn week.
he's a menace to
He
society.
is.
J.K. Simmons, what's his name? In the why am I forgetting his name?
Oh,
Joe Jamison.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going with Pickens.
Mm-hmm.
So you double down on Sam Howell.
Somehow.
Okay. I'm going with Olave. I think he's in due for a big year this year. Defensive rookie of the year. I'm gonna go with Petrie from Houston.
Okay.
That's my dude. That was my dude since the Senior Bowl. Going back then, I'm doubling down on my boy right now.
He's going to get like a good amount of opportunity. I do wish that, what's his face? Desmond King. I wish he wasn't with the Texans because I feel like.
Oh, he would have been, yeah.
Because Pichu, he would get to be that hybrid kind of Tyrann Mathieu role, like safety over the top. We come down, play nickel in some sub packages.
Yep. Agreed.
I do like that pick, though. I think he's going to play all over the field. He's going to have uber opportunities to get his hands on balls. I didn't want to say it, but yeah.
There's no way to cut around that, my guy.
I can see a world where he has like, I can see them bringing him off the edge too. He was decent at some blitz packages with Baylor. I could see him 4.5 sacks, maybe 3-4 picks. I can see that. I think that can definitely win you defensive rookie of the year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as a safety.
That's my boy. Get them hands on them balls.
Whoa.
It's not gonna be Hutchinson. It's not gonna be Kayvon. I'm gonna go Trevon Walker, bro. Fuck it.
Okay.
So many people have like bashed like the pick of him, like, oh, it's just based off potential. That dude's different. Thoroughly.
Okay. It's a good pick. Tony.
I think I'm gonna go with yours.
Petrie?
Yeah, because like I like the opportunities. It's like that defense is gonna be on the field a lot. And it's just gonna he's just gonna show flashes after flashes.
He's a ball hawk,
Yeah.
man. He can do it all for the
Like
the
I
Texans.
don't think it'll contribute to I wouldn't say wins necessarily, but it's gonna be like got something right in this draft. They're doing the things right. you
Right.
know?
Okay.
You'll put them on the map.
I believe that's everything, right? MVP, offensive defensive player of the year, coach of the year, comeback, rookies.
Yeah, that's it.
Bam. Okay. Let's move quickly on to our playoff predictions. We'll unlock those in right now before the season starts. You want to start with NFC or AFC first?
Start AFC.
AFC, the fun one.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to kick this off?
We'll let you go. We'll follow suit.
Oh, you want me to go first? You can bash everything I say.
I think
We've
we
been
could
going first too lately, so
we could do round table this way. It's a little easier to kind of keep up with. Like it's
Okay.
your pick. You know.
All right. Bengals win the North. I have the Bills win the East. I have Denver winning the West. And the Colts will win the South. My wild card teams will then be Kansas City, I'll have Miami getting in. And there's one more spot. And so many teams left. I will go with... Give me Pittsburgh.
Okay, that's fair.
This is the last seed. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh.
Are we going my way or?
You can go ahead and go.
Okay. For the AFC North, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go Baltimore. Actually,
Baltimore.
Sleeper
Big
one.
Truz.
Mm-hmm. AFC East, Bills. South, Indy. I agree with. West, I'm gonna go with. I'm probably gonna stick it with Kansas City, just because I think it's more of the proven commodity.
You can't go wrong with Mahomes and Reed.
Because I don't like the Chargers coaching situation.
I don't like it either.
And same thing with Vegas. And then the wild card teams. There's 3.
Yeah.
3, right? Pittsburgh's one of them. Cincy's one of them, and then Denver. But not in that order. It's just those are the 3.
Okay.
NFC North. I'm gonna say it. I think Minnesota's gonna win it. Like, I don't like the quarterback situation, but I don't like Green Bay's situation at all. I think it's gonna get exposed this season. Like what we saw out of Week 1 last year from Green Bay, which I had to commend New Orleans. I loved that last season.
On the road.
We're gonna get a lot more of those games. We're gonna get a lot of those games where like, damn, what the hell's going on with Rodgers? He's just, he didn't take his perk.
Hey, I think you're loving every minute of this Aaron Rodgers slander.
I love this era. I love this era of Green Bay. They're just about to be toast. But yeah, I think Minnesota, like, I don't think they're this is like whoever wins this division is gonna have like barely any. Like, I'm gonna say like 9 to 10 wins max.
Okay.
So that's gonna be mine. NFC East, I'm gonna go. Probably gonna go with Dallas still.
Okay.
South, I'm gonna go Tampa to be safe, and then the West, I'm gonna go with. I think San Fran's gonna win that division.
Okay.
The wild card teams, I'm gonna have Green Bay's gonna be a wild card. LA's gonna be a wild card, and then I'm debating on. It's either gonna be Philly or like New Orleans fighting for that spot. And just from recent history, I'm gonna go with Philly. They're gonna make that last spot.
They do have our number. In recent
That's your
years.
kryptonite. That's one of y'all's kryptonite.
It's Philadelphia. I can't explain it.
We get it.
They don't have Alshon anymore. You don't have no need to worry.
That scary man is gone.
He's at the house eating Whoppers as we speak.
Oh, jeez. Okay, what do you got them, guy?
I'll go AFC first. North. Damn. I'm gonna go Ravens. East. I'm gonna go Bills. South. I'm going to go. I remember when we originally did this. I picked the Texans to win it.
That you did.
Because I feel that indifferent about every other team. I'm gonna go Titans because I do think Willis will play at some point in the year, and when he plays, they ain't gonna lose. So give me the Titans. In the West, Chiefs. Wild card. Give me the Bengals. Give me the Colts. And give me the Broncos.
Okay.
Want me to go ahead and do NFC real quick?
Yeah.
NFC North. I'm going to go with the Packers.
Okay.
At the end of the day, like I said earlier, transcendent quarterback play overrides the talent around you. So.
Okay.
And the fact he's getting his tackle back, David Bakhtiari, finally healthy again.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say his best friend Randall Cobb. That's
Now, the way him and David Bakhtiari be riding around them go-karts, I think that's his new bestie. I think now.
as it should be as left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
East.
You know you want to pick the Eagles. You know you do.
Come on, CCD thrive. Torch them Eagles.
It's just hard because I don't like the way they run their offense. I feel like they they put shackles on Jalen Hurts and they don't let him be him.
That's actually I'm not gonna disagree with that. I don't like the team and I don't like the
I think they
franchise.
were,
I think Jalen Hurts is a good.
and maybe it's because they just had the total faith in the weapons, but I feel like they forced the run too much last year.
Yeah.
I remember early on in the season they weren't running it enough, and then they were like, "All right, let's do a 180 and just only run it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, this is not the balance that you."
Also,
need.
they hate Miles Sanders.
They do
They do hate Miles Sanders. Don't let them fool you.
so much. They got Trey Sermon.
Yep.
That's insane. How bad does he have to be to get cut the year after his rookie season?
He got hurt last year, right?
Yeah.
He got hurt and he didn't ever fit their scheme. They just took him because he was the best running back on the board.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Give me the Cowboys, bro.
Pick the command. Oh, okay.
Give me Cowboys.
Like
At the end of the day, all you need is in CD we trust.
Yeah, I like that. I'm telling you, Dak and CD is gonna be money this year. It's gonna be a great season.
South.
A lot more highlights.
South. Give me the Panthers.
Interesting.
The West.
Interesting.
Cardinals. West. From a wild card.
So 3. No, go on.
My 3 wild cards. Give me the Bears, Eagles.
Why
and
Chicago?
Justin Fields.
Okay.
You
You said Bears who?
Eagles.
Okay.
Somebody's got to drop out.
Did you only say one team from the AFC West? Or NFC West?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Throw the Falcons in there. Fuck it.
What?
I like being different, man. Because then if it happens, they can come back to this like, damn, sixth eye. Oh, third eye.
He's about to say six
Go
Go see a doctor at that point.
The government must start knocking on my door. Like, oh, hold on.
Okay. Okay, so 2 teams from the NFC South, and neither one of them are Tampa or New Orleans, which people would assume are the favorites.
Fuck them.
1 NFC West team made the playoffs.
Yep.
And the Bears.
I like to go for reaches. I don't like to be safe.
The Bears snuck in. Okay. Okay.
We're convicts. We'll go for it all.
NFC
Longest yard, baby.
East teams, by the way.
Huh?
Which actually always happens. NFC East teams, there's always 2.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go Packers will win the North, but it won't be very convincing to me.
Mm-hmm. Bounce week 1. Especially if they play Dallas.
I think the Eagles will win the East. I just think the Cowboys didn't fill all the holes in their roster. And I think McCarthy is not a very good head coach.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, he's not good. The Saints will win the South. The West. Ooh. Give me the Niners to win the West.
Trey Lance, we trust.
Trey Lance, we trust.
I do think he's a little overhyped. I will say that's a player that's overhyped.
But I think it'll be an entirely different offense than what we've seen with Jimmy Garoppolo.
We're going to see a lot more.
A lot more.
I
Yeah.
think we're going to see big plays.
Yeah, exactly. 3 wild card teams. I will have the Rams, the Cardinals, and I've been loyal to the Solo since day one. Give me the Lions.
You will die on that hill.
Hey, I just want to remind you, I was on the Bengals train last season, and look what happened with them.
All for naught, though. They didn't win it.
But they made it there. Nobody thought they were going to make it.
You don't get participation trophies in the NFL.
In my eyes, it's appreciated that they made it that far. Give me Detroit. Yeah, give me Detroit. That's that.
The Bengals were easily a better pick because it's like transcendent quarterback play. You got one of the best playmakers in college football. You had better pieces, more collective depth on the defense, and a team that they'd shown some flashes the year before, his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
We have Dan Campbell. That is enough.
Transcendent quarterback play. They do not. They lack that.
Man who wants live lions at practice. I need that energy.
The day they start David Blau is the day they win some damn games. I'll tell you that.
He's gone. They cut him.
Oh damn, who's the backup now?
They claimed what's his face? Sudfield? Nate?
Ew.
Yeah, they claimed him.
Why does he keep getting bounced around the league like he's good?
Well,
Because he played like 2 games as an Eagle and he was meh.
yeah. Okay. I think that leaves time for one more thing, boys. Our picks this week. Officially, week 1 picks.
Oh, let's go.
We will keep records. And the winner doesn't get anything, but it'll just be fun to have.
Yeah.
We're going to do this in the same way Fox does their games with a lock and a upset of the week. I figured it's too time consuming to go through all the games.
Right.
And then elaborate. So we'll go with a lock and an upset of the week. Who wants to kick this off?
Why you got a couple locks.
I need to look at the games. I don't even know who
I'll
else playing.
start off with my lock, I guess.
What do you got, Tony?
I think I'm going to go with... It's going to be a noon game. I'm going to say the Niners against the Bears. I'm going to have the Niners winning that.
That's not fair.
It was just like...
That's a lock.
Yeah. It's just like... I think the Bears will have an impressive performance, but it's just like... Niners are a good team.
Okay. Okay, I get that. What about you, Makai?
Oh, so we're doing a locks right now?
Yeah, I'll do locks.
Lock.
Cowboys beating Tampa.
Ooh. Give me Falcons over Saints. That's my lock.
Of course. Marcus
Mariota, he's impressed the hell out of me. I like the way they're calling the offense. It fits right into what he is as a quarterback. Kyle Pitts is that guy. That's a lock.
Okay, that's all. Okay. I'm gonna go with Monday Night Football, Broncos Seahawks. I think Russ is gonna personally just make sure Seattle knows that they didn't listen to him and his wants, and they're gonna regret that Monday night.
But what happens if he's outplayed by Geno Smith? That's the ultimate question.
We don't talk about that.
If it does happen, though.
Oh, Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl. West Virginia, Geno Smith is back.
West Virginia.
So I'm going Monday night. This is my lock. Denver and Seattle.
Okay.
Now the upsets. What do you got, Tony?
Upsets. Dang it. I had one, but I'm not 100% sold on. Man, it's hard to like. Week 1 is kind of hard to do upsets because division games like.
No, so you really don't know what everyone's all about
exactly. Yet. I'll probably go with. I'm gonna say Arizona will beat Kansas City week 1.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Okay, my guy.
I've talked a lot of crap about them, but they're still my team at the end of the day. Give me the Cowboys over the Bucks.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't pick Panthers over Browns?
I mean, it's just a given that Baker's gonna whoop.
Yeah,
that's not even an upset.
Yeah, I think Baker's coming out for blood in that game, and yeah,
he's gonna be feeling dangerous that day.
Oh yeah, I think my lock or my upset is going to be, give me the Lions over the Eagles.
I was thinking about that one. I like that one.
We'll go with that.
I like it. Both of y'all's picks are very good.
What's the point spread? Let me see this. What is this?
Is it because I picked someone over Jalen Hurts?
You only have Eagles -4? Wow.
Telling him in the Lions, they're gonna be in it this year.
That's just the damn Hard Knocks bias.
Say what you want.
Baloney.
It's there. It exists.
I think it is too, but I mean, I love the pick. Don't change it.
Never change Detroit.
Never change Alec.
Never change Detroit.
Fooey.
All right, so I think on that note, we're going to wrap things up here, folks. Any last words, gentlemen, before we sign off here?
No, I think
the next time we're around, it'll be week 2 of the NFL we'll be gearing up for. So
we'll recap the games.
I just want to say, this is NFL football, but watch out. Kentucky, Florida, take Florida. Bet the house. Take out that second mortgage. You can do it.
Makai, we cannot legally offer gambling advice. No.
I just want to.
If we get fantasy